Hi friends, this is Arun. In this video we'll have a look at two things. One is flowcharts, another one is pseudocodes. Both are very important if you're new to programming. Even if you're not new, if you start using this type, it'll help you a lot because it helps you to segregate the logical thinking from the syntax fixing, as I said in the previous videos. Okay, so the trouble with most of the programmers is like they go and sit before the computer and then they start thinking as well as they start fixing the problem. So finally they get lost within the first two lines of the code. Then they'll close it and say that computer programming is not for me, and then they walk out. So in this case, it's not like that. For example, first let's say flowchart. Flowchart, you might have used this from your childhood, in the physics and chemistry lab. I think we have used it. So we have written down the steps in terms of pictorial way, and then that pictorial way helps us to visualize. Typically, uh, the first step in becoming a programmer is to visualize the code. So instead of seeing the code in the computer monitor, you should see that in your brain or visual blindly. If you close your eyes, you should run through it, like what are the steps. So for that, this is a basic thing. Though it looks more theoretical, but it is more powerful. It helps you to clarify your thought process, and then it helps a lot in troubleshooting. That is the biggest thing which help you. So next thing is the test cases. For example, once you get start using smaller visualization, you'll understand the different test cases. For example, how to test my code, how to break my code. That's the point of looking at the test case. So what are the ways I can trouble my code by giving input? For example, if it is a string based program, what if I give an empty string? Okay, if it is a number based program, what if give a zero? If I give a negative number, will it work? All those kind of are called test cases. And if you start visualizing, you will be able to do it in a much better way. And most beautiful thing is you don't need to worry about the syntax. Your focus would be 100% in syntax. In logic rather than the syntax. Typically, the artist generally they tell the students to draw in the monochromatic way when they are starting with like a pencil sketch, because you don't need to worry about the colors. Your focus is more on drawing and giving the shape. The same session we give it here to the programmers. Here, the monochromatic way is to draw the flow charts. Okay, and if you ask me, is there any standard way to draw a flow chart? No, there is no standard way, or there is no hard guidelines for it. But there are some suggested ways to do it. For example, in general, this kind of oval is considered as a semicircle. Elliptical rectangle is considered as a start, and then the decision is triangle, and input output is a skewed rectangle. And some of these are the key things you can draw, and then visualize your things. But it's okay to draw wrong things, but you should visualize. That is the key thing. For example, for brewing a coffee, this is the thing. Start For starting and ending, we have that elliptical rectangle, and then process or the task, we have a grind beans, and then read instruction, we are reading from a document, and these are the process steps. And finally, there is a decision making, whether I need to add a sugar or a cream, or how to drink, all those things. Okay, so if else in this case, typically in a programmer terms we call that as. Okay. Then comes the pseudocode. So if you are not happy with drawing and visualizing things, the next best thing is to write a pseudocode. Okay, pseudocode is has the same power as the flowcharts. Okay, so let's see some of the pseudocode. Like for example, for adding the two numbers, so here there is a pseudocode. So declare two numbers n1 and n2, and sum as the variables, and set sum equal to n1 plus n2, and output sum equal to sum. The sum is equal to sum. So it's more of a English language which you are writing an essay kind of it. Writing an essay is very comfortable for any college students because of their exams. So they can write all the essays, right? The same essays you are going to write it over here, but in a constrained way, in a smaller way, like tweets. Okay, essay in tweets. Like essay in tweets is called your pseudocode. Okay. So this is another pseudocode for writing index. I mean, printing an array, contents of an array from 0 to 4, 5 elements. Okay. Some of the um, other pseudocode elements is if, then, or do while, repeat, all those things, input, output. So here also there is no fixed way to do it, but as long as you are able to understand and grasp the thing and visualize your code, that's more than enough. It's not about syntax. Here we are not going to put marks for your beautiful design or the color. All I am insisting is like go and visualize the stuff. More you visualize, you will be more happy in writing the code, because our eyes are the first better way to solve a problem. Okay, we love that actually. Thank you, friends. Bye bye.